Claude, am I just taking it?
You're going.
Okay. Well, that was a fantastic game. So proud of everybody. What a war. That's just to think that we got a bunch more like that coming up. I just can't imagine. I'm glad we have an open date and have some time to rest and enjoy it here for a little bit. But I don't even know where to start other than just proud of the whole group. We had a heartbreaking loss last week, and then going to play a great South Carolina football team, and watching their film and thinking about how we're going to get ready in time. And I know we had worked on the game plan throughout the summer and everything, but it felt like a short week, although it was a normal week. And everybody just no one flinched. Everybody worked hard. Everybody believed. And these guys showed me something. I was trying to see, we're beginning to define what type of team we are, what type of defense, what type of offense. It was a good sign today to be able to play that kind of game and come out on top like that. I want to be able to congratulate Patrick Belis. He did a great job for us, standing in there for Marshall Morgan, and made every kick we asked him to attempt, and did a super job. Colin Barber had to kick off for us, had to practice long field goals all during camp, and now he can just concentrate on punting. I mean, he still may kick off here and there, I don't know, but I think Marshall, just from what he's been doing in practice, will probably be our kickoff man again. But just guys that had to step in when we needed them the most. Really, really proud of those guys. Goal line stand was huge. And then to finish the game like we did offensively, I don't even know how much clock we chewed up, but it was 6-7 minutes, whatever it was. Mostly on the ground, being able to just end the game and not let them touch it again. That was huge. That was by far my most favorite part of the game, was to be able to just keep moving the ball. Gurley ran it well. All those guys blocked well. Quavon Hicks is really becoming quite a blocker, receiver, runner for us from the fullback position. Brendan Douglas coming in, powering some good runs at the end. Keith Marshall as a receiver and runner did his thing. Justice Scott Wesley stepped in there and made a huge play for us, and got a chance to see his big-time speed that he, two-time state champion, 100-meter champion in the state of Georgia. The guys stepped up. Guys played hard, and I'm just proud of them all.
Mark, how's your quarterback?
He did well. I forgot about Aaron. Yeah. He did well. I don't even know how many touchdowns he had, but he had 4 TDs, no picks, and created some plays. There's some times he had to break out of the pocket and find some people open. The touchdown pass to Gurley, I'm pretty sure we had a busted assignment on that. I don't think the route was right, but whatever he ran, we're gonna put it in next week. Murray played very well. Got knocked around a couple times, got back up, and it was a really close, seesaw type of battle where you just got to get back in there and make a play and get a drive going and lead your team. He did a beautiful job in the run checks. He played well.
Hey, Coach, you said that you worked on the game plan all summer long, but parts of the summer. But was the high tempo part of this game? Was that in the game plan originally, or was that after the USC?
Well, we decided either last year or the year before we were going to try to go more up tempo. We're not looking to be blistering speed like some people. If you don't substitute and don't do a lot of different formations, you can go really fast. And there's times we do that, but there's also times that we want to go with a lot of tempo, but we still want to do different formations and motions and shifts because we think we can gain some advantages doing that as well. But we definitely wanted to go with a lot of tempo. And then at the end, obviously, we wanted to kill clock, and we were able to do that.
Mark, they said you told them during the timeout when you're back up on the goal line, if we take it 99 yards, they can't beat us, or they can't get it back.
Yeah, I asked, I said, how glorious would it be if we could end this game right now and then not touch the ball again? And you know, I was shooting for 99 yards, but however many we got was enough to finish the game, and just real proud of those guys.
Mark, so much was made about Calamity coming into the game, but you're 7-8 for that busted assignment with Gates and Colton in the early pass attempt by Aaron. Wasn't that much of a factor it appeared to be anyway.
Yeah, you know, he got banged up somewhere along the way. He didn't look like he was full speed, but I mean, he's a great player. We had a good plan and we executed well, and what can I say? I still think he's one of the best players on the planet. But
Coach, in the fourth quarter on the sideline, we saw you, really getting hyped up with the crowd and stuff. How gratifying and satisfying was this win?
the crowd was amazing. I'm glad you brought that up. First of all, our student section, when we got here for pregame warm-up, well, let me back up. Dog walk was awesome. Dog walk, people, thank you. It was awesome. Then we go and we get our pregame warm-up, and the student section is packed, and they're loud and they're rowdy. And they kind of led the way, in my opinion, for everybody in the stands. But then the rest of the Bulldog Nation, by the time we came out of the tunnel, we don't really have a tunnel, but we came out by our Bulldog statue. And by the way, we had some smoke this year, so I don't know if that's a good thing or not. But we'll do that again. But I thought our fans were there. They were really into it, and they got loud when they needed to. And after that touchdown by Justin Scott Wesley, I thought they kind of blew the roof off of it, and I was really pleased with the fans. I appreciate everybody.
Marked improvement by the offensive line from week 1 and 2?
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt. We had very few times where we couldn't get to the line of scrimmage. There's a couple times we didn't get a whole lot, but rare. It might have been 1 or 2 times where a back couldn't even get started. I think just about every time they had a chance to get some positive yards. Protected pretty well for the most part. I think it was 2 sacks, but it's going to happen when you throw it a few times. And then again, to finish the way we did, and then you have to add the tight end position, you have to add the fullback position, because those guys are great blockers. And even the tailbacks, when it comes to pass protection, there's some blitzes we picked up beautifully. I know that third and real short, we hit Artie Lynch on. They brought a full blitz, and both backs had to pick it up, and Murray was standing back there cleanly, being able to see what was going on and put it on him. And receivers, I can only guess that they improved in the perimeter blocking, but I'll probably have to watch film to see that.
What do you know about Gates and Marshall?
Gates and Marshall, I don't know. I really don't. I've not talked to Ron yet.
Mark, the onside kick, was that one of those things that you thought you were going to do maybe on Wednesday?
Well, Coach Olivadotti saw it. He came to me on Sunday night and just showed it to me. And he just felt like they were too wide on the front line. They're too far apart from each other, and there was just a crease, or what do you want to say? It was a gap that was too big, and we were able to get blockers on there, 2 guys, and then a kicker and a guy to go get the ball. And the key to that one was to get enough tempo on it. Sometimes you want a slow roller, and sometimes we wanted a faster roller, because we're allowed to block. Once that ball goes 10, we're allowed to block. And if it was a slow roller, they could converge on it, maybe make a play. But we felt like if we had the right speed on the ball, we could just go get it, make the blocks, and it was executed beautifully. And anytime you could steal a possession from another team, it's huge, and it was a great momentum play for us.
Mark, on that note, do you feel like that got you to jump on getting them tired, those 2 back-to-back possessions?
That helped us. That helped us a lot. And then we had a 4th and long that I thought was too long of a field goal and too short of a punt. So we go on 4th and 13 or whatever it was and get that. That was a big play. We ended up with 3, I think, on that drive. But it was points. It was momentum. It was time of possession. And I think them having to defend 2 drives in a row. The first drive, I think, was just a relatively short 2-minute drive. Then we did the onside, and then we had it a little bit longer, that next one, and I'm sure that helped.
Speaking of momentum, how big was the fumble recovery there early in the third?
Oh, that was huge. I mean, we get the ball. We're hoping to move the ball and score. We might have been 3 and out. Had a nice punt, big hang time, and deep kick. But then they started driving right down the field, and fortunately the ball came out. I don't even know. Y'all know who knocked that out or caused the fumble? Josh Harvey. Well, I'm glad he's back. You know, you hope those guys will make a play, but yeah, that was big, huge.
Mark, not a lot of teams in recent years have started a season with back-to-back top 10 opponents. Matching made it through it. How hard a challenge was that, and how does it set you up?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, you hate to so early in the season feel the pressure of all your goals being on the line. It was game 2, and if we lost it, we weren't out of the SEC race. Obviously, we've been able to come back from that before, but it's just no fun to be 0-2 and 0-1 in the league and hoping somebody gets beat and looking at the gauntlet ahead of you. It's just it's very tough. So, I mean, it was good medicine to get a victory, and I'm sure it gave our guys some confidence and as a team. And you know, with a little time off, like I was mentioning, I think it was on my coach's show, but we just happen to have a lot of first exams, a lot of projects that are due this next week. It just so happens that a lot of the first exams are here for our guys, so it kind of came at a good time academically. And you know, anytime you get a little bit of a break, knowing there's another open date as well, it's a 2 open date year, so this is probably a really good spot to have it if we won, since we won. I mean, if you're 0-2 and you have it, it's just mentally, it's awful.
Mark, did you think for a second that they were going to get the ball back after the personal foul around the goal line?
Well, I was hoping not. I saw what happened, and you know, I think it was Garrison was just trying to get to the ball, fly to the ball, and you know, the fact that it was a dead ball foul was huge. But that was the biggest question that I was asking. I thought it was going to be, but I was asking the question, and the official didn't understand me real good, and I got a little hot. But I want to apologize to him for that. But anyway, I was thankful that, and really, I guess it was like a 1-yard penalty. It didn't kill us. It could have killed us if we got a safety. But and then we tried to go on a hard cadence to get them to jump, and at least get them off balance or get them in the neutral zone. But we jump, you know, and we practice that. Can't tell you how many times we practice being backed up and then going on a hard cadence, trying to get, you know, on the second sound, so to speak, and we jump on the first sound. So then we got another half-a-yard penalty or something. But
Mark, you said you had a good plan for Clowney, but besides the out-of-town what's part of the plan?
Well, we had some times where we chipped him. We had tight ends chip, backs chip. We would slide our protection to him at times, and you know, the one time Gates got beat inside, I want to see the film as to why there wasn't a guard right on his back pocket, because he should have been there to protect the inside move. But he just so quick, we just may not have been able to get there. And if sometimes a backer will walk up in a gap to make a lineman think he's coming, and that might have happened with that, got him out there late. But usually our guard in that protection should be able to be there on an inside move.
Mark, were you guys able to learn anything from the South Carolina game last year? The offensive performance is so drastic from one year to another. I was wondering what the difference was.
I don't know. It just seems like if we get a little something going early, we're going to have success that day. And if we struggle early, sometimes everything just begins to tighten down on you. You know, you're trying to find the perfect call and you're trying to make a perfect play, and every play becomes bigger and bigger because you hadn't got a first down for a while. But once you kind of break the ice a little bit, everybody kind of relaxes and just starts to play ball. I think that early success helped.
Mark, Aaron has worked pretty hard not to personalize all this stuff about him not being able to win the big game.
Yeah.
But you won a pretty big game today.
Yeah.
I mean, you worked for it, I know.
Right. Well, the thing of it is, I mean, I don't want to overdo it to say Aaron won a big game, because quite frankly, when we haven't won some of these games, it's always been the team. You know, it's a team game. The team hasn't won big games. It hadn't been Murray. It's been everybody. And so, you know, when we won it, the team won this game. It wasn't Murray who won the game, but Murray played well, which was great, and I'm proud of him. And you know, we want to continue to play that way, and I hope he continues to make plays like he did today.
Mark, considering everything, Mitchell, Rome, all those guys out, do you remember a better game from him start to finish?
Aaron?
Yeah.
I don't know. He did play. I mean, he did. We look at it statistically. Was super. No picks. I don't even know if there was a ball that could have been picked. We did roll right, and he threw back against the grain a little bit. Maybe a little nervous, but he had the vision, and it was a straight shot, so he made a completion. And that was the only throw that at least made me cringe a little bit. But he did roll out a few times because the protection broke down, and made a couple plays, and was pretty much on the mark. I think we had at least one drop ball. Another one that was a tough catch on a slant. We dropped 2 slants on the backside that could have made it even a better day statistically. But he did well, and I think he was in really good control of what they were trying to do and checking to the right run games. Coach Bobo and Coach Friend are really they're a good team as far as really understanding defenses and certain blitzes and certain looks and how to check to the right run. We don't call a run and play hardly ever and just run it. We got it tied into another run or a pass or something that gives us a chance, and I'm just impressed with all those 3 guys, especially the other coaches help. Don't get me wrong, Coach McClendon, Lilly in the run game, but Mike and Will, and then Murray's ability to recognize things at the line of scrimmage as well. We do a good job of getting in the right run.
Hey, Coach, there were times today where it felt like, go ahead.
I just wondered, you've been doing this for a long time, how long it's taken you to adjust just to the week-to-week swings in emotion to come in this league?
It's I don't know if you get used to it. It's every week. It's a monster game, and every stadium we go to can get so loud you can't hear yourself think, and it's just the way it's the life in the SEC, and it's kind of like dog years, I you feel a little older than you are sometimes, and but also it's so gratifying to win. Back when I was at Florida State, we won a lot of games, but we didn't celebrate many victories because there was a bigger margin of victory, and the battles were a little bit different. There's maybe 2 or 3 battles a year that you had to really get your blood pumping. But man, I'm talking about you probably 8 to 10 a year in our league, and who we play out of conference, and it'll wear you out.
Coach, there were times today where it felt like it was South Carolina versus Brendan Langley, and I know that he missed some time this week with an injury.
He did, yeah.
But can you talk about it?
Well, I'm proud of Brendan because it's not easy to play corner in this league, or any league for that matter. In college football, it's you're going to get challenged, especially if you're a rookie. And he got challenged. He got beat once or twice, but he hung in there. He kept. You don't see a lot of the plays that he does make. We tend to forget if there's an incompletion or whatever, and he's in good position to make a play. Or even if they catch a ball, sometimes you can be in great position as a corner, and the guy still catches the ball. So overall, he's done very well. He's a guy that got a great skill sets, and he's really mature. He showed up in tremendous condition, and he spent the whole summer really learning from the veterans as much as he could. And then when camp showed up, he proved to the coaches that he was a reliable and dependable player, and proud of him.
Mark, what disasters it could have been, but you haven't had another problem with a long snap this week?
Well, I don't. Look, I think the ball just hit him right in the hands. I don't know. You all saw it better than I did. I think it was right on the money. There were a couple snaps that were just a tad high in the extra point field goal that we got to straighten that out. We can't have that issue. But I'm trying to think of anything else in the kicking teams that's really been problematic. We had a high snap and we had a drop snap on a punt. And other than that, I think our special teams have really played well. And we like even our punt team last week, we had 47-yard average with our punter. I think we had a net putt of about 42. We ended up causing the turnover. Got that. We had a fake for a first down that gave us a score. We had another, onside kick here that we got. We've done well. We've covered kicks extremely well, kickoffs. We've been very solid so far, and I'm, thankful. But you got to give some credit to those coaches that have been in charge of those.
Marshall came out in the
third quarter, and I don't think he went back in.
Yeah, I don't even know what happened to him, to be honest with you. Did anybody say what it was?
They're looking at his knee, but I think it's his left knee that he was looking at.
Yeah.
So.
I gotta find out from Ron. I really don't know what happened there.
Mark, what did the defense do to hold them 6 points second half? I know you have to be proud of that.
Whew. Well, part of it was that goal line stand was huge. The other part was that we got a big enough lead, we got a double-digit lead, that forced them to probably get a little bit out of their game plan and forced them to do some things that they probably wouldn't have done if they had the lead. So I think a couple of those things, and then they just, they made some plays. I'd like to see us get more pressure on the passer without having to blitz. We still are working on that, I guess. I'd like to see more pressure from a 4-man rush, but overall, they did
One more question?
You guys talked about Aaron extending plays a lot during the offseason. It's already paid a bunch of dividends.
Yeah,
A couple big throws and punches.
he did. As he's been scrambling, he's been looking downfield, he's been trying to find somebody open, and he's been willing to throw the ball away. I mean, you got to throw the ball away sometimes. You can't just take the sack or whatever it is. He's been willing to just burn it, and that's been good. Thanks, everybody.